Right. Good afternoon to all our viewers, everyone that is watching, and everyone that will still be watching. It's a great honor to be here and to just be here. The nerves. Sorry. Can you just laugh, somebody? Just laugh wherever you are. Right. So we are in our festive season. Today is the 2nd of December, and so many things happens, especially in this time. Throughout the year, yes, most definitely, but this time it's like the enemy is next level on our case. Right. So today it is such an honor and privilege for us to be having 3 special guests of Victory Outreach. Now many of us have heard of them, but we're gonna get into what it's actually about today, right? They are gonna tell us whoever they're taking in, what they do with these people, because many people thinks we are, or you yourself feel as if you are just a nothing. But then so many people go to Victory Outreach, and when they get back or when they come out, or even during their process, life just happens, or God is just faithful to them, right? So without any further ado, you can tell others to come on, and you yourself please stay and watch this extraordinary live session that we're going to have just now. So without any further ado, it is such an honor today to introduce to us none other than the First Lady, who is also the Home Director of the Women's Home. The Home Director of the Women's Home, right? Mistakes is welcome, we make mistakes, right? So it is such a privilege for us to be welcoming Mrs. Madi Nehata on the podium. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome. Here's a glass of water, ma'am. Why don't you take water for yourself? Yeah. There you go. Okay. And then, secondly, we welcome another lady that is also in Victory Outreach, and she serves in their disciple home, to equip others. Now that is something right there. So this is none other than Mrs. Jerenice Ramon, sir. Welcome, ma'am. Yes, there you go. And then, lastly, what is happening now? Sorry. Lastly, last but not the least, we have a lady that works in the hospitality department at church. Hospitality, you can just imagine what it's all about. So this is none other than Mrs. Veronique Smith. Welcome. Let's see. You take your seats. Now, beautiful woman, how are you today?
Good.
Yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
good, thank you. Good.
And we have our camera lady. She's at the back. She doesn't like photos. I don't think so, or I don't know. But she's at the back, and her name is Tessie. So thank you also, Tessie, for being here. I really appreciate you. Now, before we start with each and every one, can anyone tell us what Victory Outreach is all about? Give us more details into it.
Well, Victory Outreach is a broad spectrum that we can view it as. Our ministry involves or helps the treasure out of darkness. And we know that there's so many treasures in our world and society today. Treasures caught in drug and substance abuse, and then also treasures caught in teenage pregnancies, depression, anxieties, and so much more. Our ministry reaches out to the treasure out of darkness. We started in 1967 in LA. Our ministry started. And in 2006, the movement came to South Africa, where by 2017, I believe, we reached the core of Bloemfontein. And we've been here 5 years, reaching the lost and broken, and just seeing the hand of God moving upon their lives. So we are blessed. That's an overview of our ministry, yeah?
Okay, okay. From 19,
67.
yo, I don't know, I wasn't even born then. I wasn't even born, I was still in my mother's toe maybe. But it's such a long time. Wow. Wow. So Mrs. Madi, you are also the pastor's wife.
Yeah.
And you're also the home director of the women's home.
Yes.
Right. So can you perhaps tell us, what does it take for you as a first lady, as a pastor's wife, especially in this time, to be working in such a place with different women?
Well, Victory Outreach is a special kind of ministry. So you don't find your a lot of pastors' wives, let me say it like that. That comes back from the lifestyle of substance abuse or drugs. For me, it makes it easy for me to work with women. It comes from that lifestyle. Drugs, alcohol, party, lekker dinge. We come from that, I come from that, and that's why I have a desire to help women find their destiny and purpose. When they come from that life and know that they've lost everything and now have to gain their strength back or their dignity back to regain their life. It makes it easy for me, you know, to work with women of such lifestyles because I come from that. So yes, I've learned to get trained and develop, and I became, yes, a pastor's wife, but that's where we teach the girls that you find yourself and you go after what God called you to go after. Yeah.
So you just mentioned that you coming from that lifestyle.
Yes.
Don't you want to tell us more about that?
Yes. So now in 2007, I came to know Victory Outreach. I was also lost and bound to drugs, smoked heroin, meth, PCP, and it started with having money and friends until the money and the friends is not enough anymore. And you need the substance more than anything. I ended up being on the streets in Cape Town with no purpose. Actually, I also was a Muslim lady. So having all these confusions in my life from drugs, I just wanted hope. I just wanted a normal life. I just wanted to get out of the struggle of drugs. And my grandmother, she was saved. She was a Christian, praise the Lord. She actually got a contact number from a friend of hers. And that contact number brought me to where I am today. God saved me, rescued me, and gave me a second chance.
Wow. Wow. That's deep right there. What a privilege to be doing this.
Yeah.
So you would then encourage, or how would you encourage a first lady that happens to be in such a place? Maybe not drugs, but any other thing.
Yeah, well, I've come to realize that theory in today's life is such a broad word. People believe in so many things. For pastors' wives, many times you have to keep God on your heart for the work of the Lord. I can encourage pastors' wives that's out there to keep at what God had chosen you for. Keep at what God had called you for. Your destiny is held by the hand of God. You are not alone in what you are doing. God stands with you, and He will stand with you through anything and everything, so nothing is hard. It's only hard for now. Someone once told me, this too shall pass. Seasons come and seasons go. Nou ons celebrate die hand en krag van die Here.
Amen. Wow. Give Mrs. Maria a round of applause. Shoo. hope you took that one, and comments is more than welcome. The Victory Outreach ladies will get back to you guys. I will holler at them and ask them and they will get back to you guys if we can't answer right now. Right, Mrs. Veronique Smith.
Yes.
You serve in the hospitality department. Now, before you tell us what that's all about, please tell us, how did you find yourself in Victory Outreach?
So I was also smoking drugs, selling drugs. So I did all those things, and me ending up looking for a rehab. So I ended up in Victory Outreach, you know.
Sure.
And I'm more than grateful for where I found myself, because I'm sitting here as a woman of God, a God-fearing woman, powerful woman actually. So yeah, I was looking for a rehab because I had enough. And I was tired of being tired, you know. Sometimes we fight the battles in the dark and people don't see what we're fighting. And I think that is the most deepest thing you can find, or the most darkest thing you can find yourself in, when you're fighting battles and people don't even see you fighting those battles. So I found myself in that, and I'm clean now for 9 months. No, 12 months almost.
Wow. Wow. You just left your voices.
Okay.
Now, can you tell us what the hospitality department is all about in your church?
Okay, so we have a green room. So I serve people, like our pastors, our leaders. I serve them before and after service. You know, when they get together and just holler at each other before services, you know. So I do that, and everyone that comes into our church, visitors and so on, I serve them.
Okay.
I serve them.
How do you serve them?
Like I serve.
I don't know it's
Sorry. So I actually have a servant heart.
okay.
So I don't do much, it just comes naturally. So whenever someone asks me that question, I don't know how to answer it because it's a natural thing, you know, but I serve them by making them feel comfortable in our church.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
before services.
Okay.
I think it's actually one of the most important things in the church,
Okay.
because sometimes we go to churches, and people don't net, how do you say that, hulle ontvang nie vir jou lekker nie.
Ja.
En dit maak jou het ontwrig jou hele diens, die hele diens vir jou. So I think it's one of the most important things in a church.
Servanthood.
Yes.
Okay. So what is, lastly, what is servanthood then all about?
It's all about your heart.
Okay.
How you serve people, the heart you have towards people, how you, hoe jy hulle ontvang, hoe jy hulle dra, you know. Sometimes people come in depressed, lonely, they have all these things, and just meeting with someone who has a good heart, you know, have a servant heart, that can actually open doors for someone else to feel open to speak to you, you know. So it's not just standing there and serving people, it's making that people feel comfortable.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Vernon. we will most definitely get back on that one, because I love servanthood. And my sister is also a servant.
Yes.
So she's
Yes.
like you. Right now, Miss Geraldise Ramonsa. Firstly, tell us, how did you end up in Victory Outreach?
Okay, so I only found out about Victory Outreach in 2021. You know, I was also in the drugs. I was an alcoholic at the age of 22. You know, life just became difficult, you know, and alcohol wasn't enough anymore. So I went into drugs, and I was looking for love in all the wrong places, you know, until someone recommended Victory Outreach. And at first I didn't really want to, you know, but then I gave it a try, I gave it a shot, and Victory Outreach was the best thing that ever happened to me, you know. I'm clean 2 years now. I'm 2 years clean now, and it's only the grace of God. I'm really grateful.
Amen.
Amen. But before we proceed, don't you want to lift your voice a bit, please, and tell us what you just told us? If there's somebody who didn't hear you, so let
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was a drug addict, alcoholic, for years, and I came across Victory Outreach in 2021. Yes, and it wasn't a choice that I wanted to make for myself. Someone actually recommended it to me.
Okay.
So I just gave it a chance. I gave it a shot, and I went all the way to Cape Town, Mitchell's Plain, and I was in the home. I'm a Victory graduate now. So I'm 2 years clean, and like I said, it's just the grace of God that carried me, and I'll forever be grateful.
Amen. Amen. So you serve in the
Discipleship home.
yes, you serve in the discipleship home. So what is discipleship all about before we get into
Personally, discipleship to me is living out your faith in front of people.
Okay.
Discipleship for me is investing your time and imparting in someone's life. Helping. How can I say? Helping each other build each other up. And praying for each other. That is discipleship for me. Motivating and also modelship.
Okay, okay. So in the home, how do you you say you equip others? So how do you equip others with what you have?
The only way I can equip someone else is by speaking about my life and what I've been through.
Right.
My testimony and helping, in my testimony being motivation for them to want to change their lives, to want to fulfill their purpose in life, and that's the only way I can really equip someone is also by assisting them where I can, even if it's just to listen or to pray for them, just to also give my part in imparting in their lives to want to be better people.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, so we almost finished. Sorry, we almost finished. We almost finished. So, I have a question. If there's somebody who has never been in drugs
Yeah.
or alcohol or so, then what happens with that person if that person feels motivated and encouraged to come to Victory Outreach? What would?
Well, we have quite a few people that was never on drugs in our ministry. That loves what the Lord is doing through the life of the drug addict. We are not only a ministry that is for the drug addict. We reach the hurting people of the world. Hurting means anything. Depression, anxiety, yes, drugs and substance. What makes it so big for our ministry is the fact that we have the recovery home facility. But that's not all that we are about.
Okay.
We have a third wave ministry, and our third wave ministry exposes Christianity to the young adult, to the high schooler, and to the teenager. So if you are out there and you are between the ages of 13 and 39 or 40, you can serve the Lord anytime with us at Victory Outreach. There's many people that's hurting, yes. There's many people that's broken and that is lost. But it does not only take for the drug addict to serve the Lord. Anyone is welcome to partner with the vision of seeing the drug addict changed for the honor and glory of the Lord.
Okay. Right. One last question, Mrs. Mardi, and each and every one of you. I heard one day or during the year, I heard somebody speak about or said that you guys going to the prostitutes or something like that. So tell us about that, because that was next level. Please tell us about that, anybody.
Oh, okay. So every year we have Code Red. We call it Code Red, or Victory Outreach call it Code Red. Code Red. So it's where we go out to the streets at night and we go to the prostitute on the street while she's working. So this year I had the honor to go to Joburg. And I was actually a bit nervous because I don't know the streets there. So And you know how people are when it's your first time, everyone has their own stories. There's people that you have your skit and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So I was a bit nervous, you know, and because I'm radical for Jesus and I wanna reach girls, man. I want them to get off the streets, man. I was like, you kyk hier skiet maar vir my. Skiet maar vir my. So there was this guy who drove by us and he was just like waving his gun. And as I was looking like next to me, I can't remember pastor's wife that was there, but she was smiling at me and I was like, as long as she's at my side, I'm doing this. I think it was Sister Candace. As long as she's by my side, I'm doing this. And so we go out to the streets, we tell our testimony to the girls on the streets, and many end up in the home. Many girls end up in the home because many are actually waiting for us on the streets to come in, you know. So yeah, that's what we do.
Wow. Sure, destiny carriers.
Yes.
Yo. Okay. So where can, because we don't only have Bloemfontein people that is watching the live right now. Where can people get a hold of Victory Outreach? Where? Everywhere.
So we have 8 churches in South Africa. We have a church in Cape Town, Mitchell's Plain, Wynberg. We have a church in PE, Bloemfontein. We have a church in East Rand, Johannesburg on the West Rand, and then also in Pretoria. You are welcome to call any of the contacts, so even put your name in the comment section, and Sister Bernadine will send it through to us. We'll be able to help as much as we can. Yes.
Okay. So I think one question that is popping up in somebody's mind now is do they pay a fee also?
No.
What happens?
No. You don't pay a fee. Our recovery home is free of charge. Absolutely free of charge. And the process for the women is 9 months and for men 12 months.
Oh wow.
Where they live within the program.
Oh wow. So men would automatically take longer because there's a lot of work. Right. We are finished or we are done. But can somebody or all 3 of us or of you guys just encourage somebody that is watching now or that will watch later on with anything?
So I would like to say, not just women out there, but men out there, whatever you're facing right now is temporary. So there's nothing too big for God to move, and there's nothing too small for God to move. And you're not a nothing in God's eyes. You are something in God's eyes. So just push through. Maybe some people out there don't want to go to the home, but just know when you call upon the name of God, He is there for you. He will always be there for you. So just trust that God will take you out of whatever situation you're finding yourself in.
Anybody else?
All I can say is that it's never too late. It's never too late to go back to God, you know. He is there, He's waiting on you to grab a hold of His hand, you know, and whatever situation you're facing, whatever you're going through, you know, God is nearer to the ones who's broken.
Yeah.
Nothing from your side,
Well, I like to talk. Well, I would like to say to everyone that's out there, live out your purpose and dream that God has called you for. Today's topic is all for destiny carriers. You have purpose. You have a plan upon your life. God had called you for such a time and moment as this. Do not allow the thorn in your flesh to define who you are. You are chosen for this hour and for this time. And I want everyone to know that is out there. Your season is on the way. God bless you.
Amen. Alright, before I get emotional. Thank you so very much.
God bless.
Mrs. Madi, Miss Veronique, and Miss Jeremy. Nisi.
Yes.
We highly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. This doesn't go unseen. Okay, someone emotional. Life, no. May God bless you guys. Keep you guys. Your guys' family. May God just bless you and give you the desires of your hearts according to His plan for your lives. Thank you for being destiny carriers, and thank you for coming on the show to bless us. Thank you so very much. And that is all from our side. Thank you everyone for watching.